Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Yo. Alright. This is the I Don't Know What to Do with My Life podcast, episode number 7. And we're doing the Covert Op edition podcast at work, but on 10-minute breaks. And working hard, selling it all, building shit. 10-minute breaks only. Oh man, oh shit! We got a little radio going here. We got a little Kool in the Gang. Fresh, if you recall, is it 1984 something like that? 83. That was the only tape. I remember my dad had a tape collection, and it was fucking kick-ass. He had Stevie Ray Vaughan, he had Aerosmith. I think he had there was Cream in there. Then he had these mixtapes that he would order off of TV. They were called Formula 45. And it was like fucking everybody, dude. It was like one Elton John song, one this guy song, that guy, whoever. It was the shit. So he had a great tape collection of actual solid shit. George Thorogood, really good shit. And then my stepmom had a pretty shitty tape collection. It was like Nelson, the Twins. It was shit like that. Garth Brooks. So I go through hers and there's just nothing in there. But then I found this album, Emergency, by Kool and the Gang. And I'm like, who are these guys? And not realizing it was the Celebration, Celebrate Your Titties song, This is this is one of my favorite albums of theirs, dude. And I would give both nuts to have a fucking bass player like this, dude. Robert Kool Bell is the dude's name. And that's Kool with a K, which is as cool as it gets, dude. It's unnecessary, which means it's cool. And the dude I'm talking simple shit, tasteful, and then when he gets a gap for a little fucking fill, just the most tasteful shit you could ever fucking imagine, dude. I'd murder one homeless person. I'd murder probably more. If someone, I would do it. He's so fucking good, dude. So it's a Kool and the Gang summer. This is the announcement. Kool and the Gang summer. Everybody, remember. That's real music. But that was the only tape that she ever had, my stepmom, that I liked. And it was actually the only actual black people music I had when I was a kid. I didn't have a Stevie Wonder. I didn't have, Michael Jackson in the early years. I didn't have real black people other than B.B. King. But other than that, it was just like honorary black people like Eric Clapton, this year, Bobby Caldwell. That guy's sick. That one song he has, honorary members of the group, because they're so fucking freakishly good, but no actual real deal, This is like 70s, 80s fucking funk with the bass being the bass is driving you. It's fucking the shit, dude. But I don't think I don't know if we're ever going to get back to that point where people have names like Robert Kool Bell, and then the band is called Kool in the Gang. I mean, that's never coming back, dude. An album cover with, the most random shit, like lions and tigers and fucking naked chicks and titties and stuff, and, monsters and fucking wild shit in the past, dude. And now music everything's so online. It's just, online, it's not about that. I mean, there is an image, right? But there was more of I don't know, I guess an entourage type feel back in the day, because that's all you had with people walking around. Like when you look at Rick James and his band back in the day, they look insane. They look like they're from the circus, dude. I don't know if that's going to come back for real. But I don't fucking know. Alright, building shit. Not even a 10-minute break yet. Be back. Bitch. Alright, my sack is back. My sack is whack. Oh man, podcast empire coming at ya. Some guy in the background sawing some freaking metal or some shit. I wonder if I just make enough of these, if someone would ever listen to them. I'm just gonna pump them out, dude. It's pumping. I figure if you build a big enough thing, even if it's a stupid thing, but if it's like a big thing online, someone will eventually somewhere. Maybe I'll be big in Korea or something, North Korea, or I don't know, someplace nice like that, Maybe Japan. Maybe I'll blow up huge. Nah. This is for personal records for when I die, okay? So you can look back and be like, oh, okay. We'll remember him. I'm sure some of the songs will be forgotten, so. It's my legacy, bitch. Yeah, big in Japan. I'm huge in Taiwan, you know. But, you know, right now, I'm just putting this crap on YouTube. I'm going to pick another website or find some other place to put them. If it gets big enough, I'll go to iTunes, yo. This is what you have to... I think this is what you do. You pick a direction, and you start releasing stuff, you know. And online is so crazy, I don't even know... I have a business sense in the sense that I know how to talk to people. I know how I want to be spoken to and treated. So I just kind of do that. People, you know, like, yeah, that's great, you know. As far as real business sense, invest in money or something. Or seeing a trend before it becomes real big, you know. Nah, I don't think so. But online, if I release enough of these, maybe someone will listen. And there's a stupid logo cover on my Movie Maker thing on there right now on all the videos, but I think I'll celebrate video number 10 by removing that. I have to pay like $30, so whatever. Do 10, get 20. I want to have like hundreds of these, dude. Just a guy somewhere in the Northwest just talking about nothing. But someone's, you know, hopefully listening. Maybe they feel the same. We'll see. We'll see if they do, though. But anyway, I was thinking, when were black people the coolest? Like, I mean, they're always cool, right? Like, everyone says, like, oh, that's like, I heard a black guy say something like that, like, oh, we're supplied a lifetime of cool or something like that. And I was like, it's one of those things you hear and you're like, oh, that's kind of, you know, it's not real. But then you're kind of like, well, maybe. I don't know, yeah, I might be right. But when were they? I think my vote, if I had a vote, my girlfriend is black, by the way. So I could say anything I want. I think the 70s, dude. Because, dude, they were cool, dude. It's like nowadays they're worried about, like, trying to look white. Like, with the skin dyeing and the straightening of the hair and the trying to shrink their lips down. It's like, what? They weren't doing that in the 70s, dude. They were just being themselves. Big-ass afros. Bell-bottoms. Just fucking gold chains. Dancing with a big collar shirt, the silk shirt, like that was the coolest, dude. Coolest music, and they weren't worried about they weren't worried about being anything but themselves, which is really, that's the shit, dude. That is the shit. And my thing is, I don't like rap. I don't like rap at all. Hip hop is just, it is blues, but taken and twisted into another thing. So I can kind of get down with some, but very little. I just think it's kind of a shame, that young kids, now they look up and they see, they see rap dudes, and they're like, I'm going to be that. And they don't see as many guys like Hendrix and, the inventors of blues. I don't know if you remember, that was the African-American fucking invention, dude. Revolution in the world. Biggest music revolution ever. The biggest shit ever. They invented it. It's in the blood. I want to see more young African-American kids. Afro-American. I want to see him playing guitar. I want to see him doing it. I mean, y'all invented it, dude. It's a real shit, dude. Don't always look up to Lil Wayne, dude. You can do so much more. But it's not the cool thing when the trend is out. The trend is out, yo. So it's like, it's a little bit of a shame. I never liked the rap and stuff from the moment it came out when I was a kid. All my friends were like, hey, this is great. And I'd be like, is it? And they'd be like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, I don't think so. I was a weird kid, I was a weird kid. I carried Stevie Ray Vaughan tapes around in my pocket when I was a kid, I remember taking one of those tapes in when we had a little music class in elementary school, and they were going to, everyone bring a favorite song of yours, and we're going to break it down musically, and this was in the height of, this was boy band city. This was 98, 96, so everyone brought in, like, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, and I brought in, like, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan. I can't remember if it was Look at Little Sister. I think it was. And everyone was just like, oh my God, this is so weird. And my teacher was like, yeah, this is the shit. It was the only legitimate song anyone brought in. But no, I was considered, not cool, so something I'm used to, whatever. But being cool is like I tell my young siblings, you're cool in high school. If you're too cool, y'all need to be a little worried. It's all those guys that were way too cool for school, they ain't cool anymore. Well, everyone who looked really good back then, they don't look good anymore. So all of us slow developers or late bloomers, freaking look great now. I look awesome. Never looked better in my whole life. My facial hair, it came into its own. It finally, the goatee connected all the way around. So I have the full, I have the long wizard ponytail. It's going down mid-back, son. Freaking beautiful. I've had the tails for so long now, I don't even remember I have long hair. You just put it back there, and then 10 years, and you're just like, wow. I have to cut it because I'm stepping on it. When I'm skateboarding, it's getting caught up in the wheels. Like, Jesus. Time flies. Time just slips by as you're living life. It's just like, got it. Especially when you're, as the name of this podcast. I don't know. I can't pick a direction. When you're doing that, it seems like life just slips by. It does anyways, but especially when you're fucking in limbo and being a little bitch, It's just like days go by, and then your ponytail is down to your ass, and you're like, what is going on? And your 10-year high school reunion was 10 years ago almost. Like, oh my God. But for me, if I ever become a billionaire at any point in my life, or a millionaire, it doesn't really matter when. I don't really care. If I'm 50 and that happens, okay. I wish I would have been young. But at least it happened. That's really my only goal. Get as much money as I can so that I don't have to worry about money anymore. Then I can just be like, hey, now I can just live life, Do what I want. Because, I had 6 days off this year just at home. And I started getting into a freaking retirement routine. It was great. I wake up, play guitar, go on the computer, other stuff. I can't remember, but whatever the fuck, doesn't matter. All right, covert op. We're hitting it back. Episode 7, returning. Oh, holy shit. Dude, styrofoam has my vote for the worst fucking, I don't know, what fucking material in the world. Oh my God, that shit just breaks apart and turns to snow and it's just sticking to you. Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's brutal. It's brutal, bro. It's just not even... It's just terrible. Oh, shit. Another sunny day. It's the weather, It's just... So much to talk about in this world, Let's just talk about weather. Oh, shit. I feel like... the days are going fast, like I was saying. This summer's almost done, dude. Can't believe that shit. Halfway through July. It's done, dude. It's gonna be winter. We only get a couple months here anyway of actual summer. The real fucking... now it's hot, dude. I'm wearing jeans. And my kneecaps are sweaty. When the kneecaps start sweating? Not like they are sweaty, the sweat's coming out of the kneecaps. Oh my God. Especially under jeans, it's the worst feeling, dude. And my coworker told me about these underwear called saxxx. saxxx. It's a free endorsement because I think this is the best idea in the world, dude. And I want some. I want a sponsorship. Please sponsor me. I think this should make it into every freaking pair of underwears. Underwears. I haven't experienced it, but I think the theory is there. So it's a couple little bat wings inside the underwear. They go right, nestle on one, left-hand side of the balls, right-hand side of the balls, and there's just a barrier to keep your nuts from sticking to the side of your legs. So it's like an anti-bat wing, or a built-in bat wing, or a sack inside of a sack. God, this floorboard keeps creaking. Sack inside of a sack, dude. So the separation is there. I think it's ingenious. But each pair is $22. So I saw one on there for $16, but it comes to $20. I might just invest in one pair and just do it prisoner style and just wash it every day in the sink when I'm done when I get home from work. I'll wash it with a little Dawn, like it's a baby duck and an oil spill. I don't know. God, these guys are vacuuming, cutting wood. Jesus. I'm trying to do the worst podcast in the world here, bro. How am I supposed to do this if you keep making it better with your song? Because everyone loves hearing that. No, I think it's a killer endorsement, though. Not endorsement, well, it definitely was. a guy who doesn't know what the product really is and hasn't actually experienced it, give it a thumbs up right here. Just based off the idea alone. And the fact that they care. I don't see Hanes doing anything different. I see they're just like playing with materials. Like, this one's softer. It's like, yeah, but my shit is sticking to my shit. What do we do here? How do we... They just leave you on your own to manage that. Oh, you manage your own ball sack. I need a little help. So, if it's hot, certain seasons, for the most part, I can manage it. Almost. I don't know, I'd say September. Well, maybe, late mid-September to late September to all the way through the winter and spring. I can do it. Basically until it gets hot. Because the thing about the heat in the Northwest, you just can't get fucking used to it, dude. Especially here in Portland, it'll be hot for 3 days, it'll be hot for a week, and then it gets so cold. It'll be a nice rainy, coldy day, which feels amazing. But doesn't allow you to ever really get used to it. It certainly doesn't allow you to get a tan. So it's like, I don't know, even Seattle I felt had more sun. Certainly a sunnier outlook on the world. No, they're both weird. They're both liberal, weird places and weird shit going down and stuff, but I don't know, the weather's just different. You go 3 hours down and then inward a little bit from the ocean. It's just like, it's a muggy petri dish down in the valley. I don't know, dude. But, me and Gold Bond, the end of my day, I do the Gold Bond in the crack, and then I put some not the boxer shorts, some gym shorts in the freezer for like the last 2 hours at work. And they're just frozen. And I just slam those on and drive home because my car doesn't have air conditioning. So yeah, that's my system. Maybe this new underwear technology would make it that much easier, or maybe I wouldn't need to do that at the end of the day. Or I could get a car that has air conditioning, and it wouldn't even matter. I could wear a suit. Just go from air-conditioned spot to air-conditioned spot like I'm in Florida, where you almost never breathe the real air. Like when you're in Vegas. Like when we went to Vegas this year. My girl. Shit, creaky floorboard again. God. I keep trying to avoid that board. My girl and I, went to Vegas, stayed at the Cosmopolitan. In the hotel the whole time. The only hotel we went to was the Paris right across the street, because we had dinner at Gordon Ramsay's, the burger place or whatever. Oh no, steak is what it was. And we just went out, and it was like going out. It's like in space. You're leaving the spaceship, and you got a certain amount of time. You got to get back in, dude. Like being a diver, like you got to get back. Like you're entering an atmosphere we're not really supposed to live in. It was fucking brutal. That walk across the street was awful. The walk back, it was nighttime. But it was just too hot. I can't get used to it. Northwest, Seattle makes you a pussy with weather. Because it's pleasant, dude. It's fucking pleasant. Then you go anywhere else, you're like, oh, it's too extreme. You don't want that temperate shit once you get in on it. I wouldn't mind getting used to it. But we'd have to move somewhere hot and live there for a long time. And that's the debate on the podcast tonight with Ashton. That'll be one of the debates. Now, I want to just get a Japanese futon and travel the world. But I'm crazy, and she wants to actually have a life. So we'll see. I can persuade her pretty well, but not having a home or a bed, that's going to be a tough one to sell. So, I don't know. Anyway, this is segment 2. It's not even 2 10-minute breaks. Has anyone else put their 2 10-minute breaks together and not tell anybody? Because, technically I don't think that's illegal. Although I'm not a lawyer and I don't have a lawyer and I can't afford a lawyer, but I don't know, it seems morally sound. You put the 2 together, that's 20, and then you get the fuck back to work. But especially for me, I don't get any lunch breaks officially. I don't get like a whole half hour where I can just go out and leave. It's like they say you can't. Like, oh, you can. It's like, yeah, but if no one else does, and I'm the only one who does that on a regular basis, everyone's going to be looking at me and be like, oh, I'm already enough of a fucking outsider because I work nonstop and I'm not a little wuss. I'm have some fucking passion. Some fucking balls. Some balls and brains. Balls and brains. Fuck. Anyway, that's 20. I'll be right back. I gotta go I sell the world. Goods and stuff. Alright, I'll be back. Oh man, this heat rising thing. I don't like it. Especially when you're upstairs doing a bunch of shit. It's like, God, dude. Oh, it's too hot. That's Kool in the Gang, bro. That it is. It's Kool in the Gang summer. I can pretend to be cool. I mean, in many ways. In both ways, whatever the fuck. And y'all can be the gang. And I'll be the bass player guy with the cool mustache. Yeah, dude. I wonder what it's like if you had people. This would be a sick job if you were, I guess if you worked on the radio or something, right? Or if you had a podcast. It'd be fun to have guests, like actual ones, kind of like in the middle of a construction zone. And if y'all hear it, y'all deal with it, because, and I mean y'all, I mean me, and I don't know, Cam might listen to one, Ashton will listen to one, hopefully she won't yell at me for saying something stupid, because I probably did. That's how I do it. I like to talk, and then I think after. Sometimes they come out at the same time. But anyway, if you work for a radio station, you gotta deal with it. I mean, don't say this, you really have to worry, don't say that. Don't fucking cuss. you fuck. But this, you fuck left and right, I don't know if YouTube is down. I don't know if YouTube is DTF, but I don't know. I'm not gonna get any advertisers on this shit anyway, dude. And if I did, I can clean the act up. It's no big deal. But until then, I wonder what another website. I should look that up. I'll probably do that later. Probably not now, because I'm doing something else right now. What other place to put my podcast? The most ill-prepared podcast there ever was. Well, that's a weird echo. Just into an iPhone. The ramblings of a madman. And a covert operation episode. No, but anyway, to have real guests, that'd be sick. Because I have my girlfriend. She lives with me. That's a fake guest. My brother, that's a fake guest. My cousin, again, not real. So, but you can go to Craigslist. Looking for a interesting person to talk to and make fun of. That's a problem. You don't know if they're fucking interesting, because I'm not going to have Elon Musk on here with I don't have people who are interesting and known, so when it gets boring, sometimes I'll try to do one of these with Cam, and he'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, about this? And he'll be like, yep. And they're like, dude, don't give me one-word responses, dude. It's little things like that, dude. One-word responses. Shit ain't entertaining. I mean, this probably isn't entertaining, but maybe there was one piece of information in there that was. There could have been. That's all I'm saying. There could be. Maybe I'll say something at one point, and one guy's like, oh, geez, I feel that way, bro. That's why I want to get the email going. But I figure, why would you get the email going when you only have 3 videos up, I'm going to let it get to 20. Put that shit up. Maybe try some Instagram. Is that what you do? You do Instagram? You do Facebook? I got rid of my Facebook, dude. I don't like that shit. I don't like the stupid drama on there. Unnecessary drama. But you know what it is, though? What's really funny? So I got rid of my Facebook because of one person. And it was one person that was in such a position in my life. Such a position in my life that I couldn't delete her, because then she'd be mad at me. But I didn't want to see anything she was posting anymore. And I guess you can go on there and I was hiding her posts, but then they keep popping up, so then I have to hide them I read them as I'm hiding them, so it's like, and I don't want to block her or something, because that's the same thing, so I just deactivated the Facebook. I just got rid of it. Yeah, that's how it is for a lot of people. You have a Facebook, you're rolling for years, ever since the MySpace days, you're rolling, then you get one person on there, and they just keep posting shit that you don't like. Normally you delete them, doesn't fucking matter. But when it's, if it's a relative or something, what if it's your mom, dude? And your mom, you don't want to hear what your mom's posting, you delete your mom. And if she actually cares about that, like some people, I feel like my aunt really cares about that. Like, you deleted me from Facebook. It's like, yeah, maybe I didn't want to hear what you're posting all the time. Doesn't mean I don't actually like you. You're not interesting online. You're more interesting in person. It's hard to be interesting. I don't know. Not all people are good writers. So when you tweet stuff or when you twatter stuff with your twat, if you're not a good writer, you don't have that much room before you have to be entertaining or whatever, Same goes with speaking. Like, dude, yeah, I agree. Like, it's having a sense. Having a sixth sense. or an eighth sense. Like in my case, I have all kinds of, it's crazy. Sort of like a dog, I sense storms coming. But, just fighting through the, I don't know. Actually, I'm not really fighting through self-doubts right now. I'm just recording a bunch of bullshit. So this isn't really any of that. It's just something to do in the meantime. It's kind of fun. And the idea that someone might listen to it, maybe they would like it. I mean, it's doubtful. But, what the fuck, dude? But you do have to fight through these insecurities and shit. And eventually start putting some stuff out, dude. Even if it's bullshit. So that's what I hear all the time. I hear people say, like, oh, I was just putting stuff out there and I just didn't even care what it happened to it. And I wasn't even doing it for that reason. And I just made millions of dollars. So, I have no hope for this to actually be a real thing. And I don't care if it's a real thing. And I'm going to keep putting things out. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it'll take off. Because it seems like you have to be that way with something. Or sometimes people are that way with things. It's like, it's like, oh, it's a song I hated. I almost deleted this song. And that's our number one hit. We have to play it every night now. To the point where we want to kill ourselves. That's how it goes, Just got to put it out. See what happens. So anyone who's listening, if you're thinking about something, just put shit out. Whatever it is. Just put it out. If you want to be a songwriter, just put it out. Don't worry about the full band thing. Just put it out. And then keep putting it out. And put it out there for free. Put more of it out there for free. That's what I'm going to do. Put it out for free. And maybe someday I can get 10,000 people to each give me $1. Or maybe even more. 1 million people. I want 50 cents from 1 million people, So, like, you just got to do it at some point. Nothing will ever come. This guy's vacuuming. Jesus, dude. Here we are on the construction site. Nothing will ever come of anything if there's nothing there. Right? Does that make sense? It sort of makes plenty of sense to me. And yet I haven't lived by it. But... So I'm 30. 30, dude. 30. 30 is 5 years past 25. 25 is a quarter. So if I were playing by football rules, this is the second quarter. Early in the second quarter. I'm not going to live to be 100, though, so we're really a little past that. But whatever. If I did, that's a deal. One quarter in. It was a weird quarter, but 12 years or more, 14, whatever the hell you go to school for. It was in school, sitting in the classroom, dicking around, just learning how to masturbate and stuff. But now it's like the second quarter is all adult. I was a bumbling idiot for a while. And actually, I sort of feel like one still. But I don't know. I feel like I'm turning the corner, I feel like Cam's turning the corner. Or maybe he's not, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. Just gotta keep going. Try to have fun in between, because shit is bullshit. Okay, well, Ashton's texting me. Do I need anything from the store? Oh, I need lots of shit. I need lots of stuff, girl. What up, girl? Alright. This concludes episode number 7. We're in the single digits. We will get to the doubles. When I get there, I'm removing the banner. Oh, then it's just going to be world famous. Once that banner's gone, that's really holding me back. I think that's really the shit. Now, just get a big enough pile. You listen, sluts. You dirty bitch. Alright. I'm out. See y'all in the next thing. With less construction sounds and shit. Oh, shit.